I am your immigration attorney, Michael Fulwani.
And my name is Lutka Zimovchak.
So, if you have been deported, you have a deportation order. You did not leave the country. You are still living illegally in the United States. You are married to a US citizen. You have 2 US citizen children. Can you still get a green card, Lutka?
The answer is, it depends. It depends.
Depends on what?
It depends on many circumstances. So the first step would be getting all the supporting documents.
Correct.
Seeing whether it was in absentia order.
That means he did not appear.
He didn't appear at all, maybe because
Right.
he didn't know.
Correct.
There was no change of address.
Right. Whether there are any crimes he might have
Very
committed,
important.
and whether he has fraud, misrepresentation, any excludability issues. Because a lot of people that had the deportation coming from political asylum.
Yes.
And you know why this happened a lot? Because there were a lot of unethical people that were telling people,
Notarios.
there's a new program that will get you
Yes.
permission to work. Permission to work, it's okay, how much, 2,000, 3,000, they did a lot of these scams were there. But what they did not even know that. Believe me, Lutka, some people say, sign here, sign here, sign here, give me $3,000. What they did, they filed a political asylum case.
Later they got employment authorization.
That's what, because no matter what you say, they never read that. First, when the papers come to immigration, they issue a EAD, employment card. So people think, oh, so now they must have approved. Naturally, they gave me the permission to work, which means they have accepted my claim for political asylum.
Yes.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what was happening, and therefore we want to see all these things in the case to see whether this client of ours, we can help him. So basically the questions that, and you can help me on that, the question I'll ask him, first question is the person eligible to adjust? In other words, if under the law he cannot get the green card here in the US, then it becomes difficult for the judge to reopen, and he'll say, why do we reopen? Of course, the argument could be he'll do a visa processing on our 601A, but
that's probably...
That's, yeah. So basically that's what we want to know, these things we want to know. How did he enter the US?
Whether it was fraud, whether it was just illegal entry.
Border crossing or overstay, simple overstay. So those are the important questions. Then question is, he has a US citizen, wife and children, and that requires also filing of an I-130 petition. Exactly. But the question is, will there be hardship, which is not that difficult in my opinion. If a person has a citizen wife and 2 little children, obviously there's going to be hardship if he's deported.
We would have to look at the equities of the case. So we would have to look at, for example, where the person is working, if he filed taxes, if he has kids, if they are at school, if there are any health problems, if there are any issues with the country that he's from. So we have to look at all the circumstances in totality, whether it's worth it to even reopen it.
Correct. And also, if the ex-party he did not appear, the question is why he did not appear.
Yes.
Maybe he never got the notice to appear by the judge. Or there may be, he might have moved someplace to other and he never got the notice of appearance.
Exactly.
And a lot of people have come in, with a bond. They cross the border, the bond given, $10,000, $5,000, $20,000 bond. Bond is broken.
Yeah.
Then we cannot save, because if you did not appear, whatever reasons were, that bond is, forfeited.
And also in some cases, they get voluntary departure and they never leave.
That's correct.
And that's the worst, because there is nothing we can do unless 10 years passes.
Correct.
So basically, if you took voluntary departure last year, 2 years ago, you never left, there is nothing we can do for additional 9 or 8 years.
Okay, so now Mr. Patel comes to us, and Mr. Patel says, this is the situation and all that, and we have gone through the papers, we have made the determination that we can help, and what are you going to do? What are the steps you will take?
We will start preparing the joint motion to reopen. So not only we have to file the motion with the immigration court, but we have to get agreement from the trial attorney.
Correct.
To see whether they are willing to reopen, because it needs to be a joint motion to reopen.
No, because actually, technically, somebody could file without a motion, but the practice is today.
Yes.
That if the government trial attorney says, we have no objection, for example, it's easier.
Yeah, it will be open.
Most judges will do that.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the things. But there are other papers to be filed also. an I-130 petition has to be filed,
Yes.
a 485 adjustment of status has to be filed, and a motion to reopen has to be filed. Now,
It has its steps.
Steps.
So you have to take it one step at a time.
yeah, so the question that comes in when you tell the client all this thing, he has got one question from you.
How long is it gonna take?
No, more than that. Supposing the motion is denied, will they arrest me and deport?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And the answer is we don't know. It
Yeah.
depends. If there is a crime involved, probably they are gonna pick him up and they're gonna deport him to the country.
I will say,
More likely,
yeah, more
nothing
likely
will
not. That's what
happen.
I'm going to say.
Yes.
The trend that we have seen these days, that the ICE doesn't arrest them in the court
No.
also, and they don't, maybe later on they want to come anytime, it's different. At that point in time, I would not worry too much. I will never tell anybody this cannot happen. It can happen.
You never know.
Never know.
Never
But
know.
most likely not.
No.
So therefore, if a person is a good case for motion, I think it may be worthwhile to take a chance on that.
Yes, I definitely agree. If there is no crime, you know what you can do, and maybe later on refile. If it's not successful,
Correct.
we can refile it again in a year or so.
Yeah, but it's also on a humanitarian grounds. This is
Yeah.
the right thing to do. Lutka, I had several clients that clients came to me and they say that my wife is a citizen. They don't understand. My wife is a citizen. Now she became a citizen and there's a deportation order. So now can I apply? I said no, because your deportation order is like a door closed here.
Yeah.
You file a motion, the door gets up here. You further go in and get the USCIS approve it. But I think the immigration judge also has the authority that if he reopens the case, he himself can grant the permanent
But
residence.
it's always the best to seek first to speak with the trial attorney.
Absolutely,
to get agreement.
absolutely.
But what's more, I would say, problematic is if exactly like you said, Mr. Patel comes to you. That's a good thing. But if he doesn't come to you and he thinks, oh, I'm married to the U.S. citizen, I can go ahead and file a new petition. They go to the interview, then it's going to be problem.
But he already
he could be picked up at the interview.
Sure, because he
and
already has a warrant of arrest.
Yes.
So, and there's no protection. The wall that we created by filing a motion,
Exactly.
that is not, it's naked. That
Exactly. So most likely, they could come to the interview, and ICE could come and just pick him up, and that's it.
So the advice to our viewers is, if you are in that situation, consult a good immigration
Exactly.
lawyer that can go over all your papers, records, make an appropriate determination, and hopefully try to help you. And of course, I don't have to say, we are, me and Lutka and our NPC Law Group is there to help you.
Thank you for watching.